own countries. Why did they prefer India is because of the low cost involved in India, easily availability of the surrogate, and unregulated ART clinics which are there, that makes the people to come to India and to opt for the surrogacy in India. So in surrogacy, in this practice of surrogacy in India is also not a new concept for India. You know, in history also one can see its roots. You all have been watching Mahabharata. So this Gandhari, she remained pregnant for 2 years and then she delivered a mole in which the sage Vyas, he saw some, 101 cells, and 100 cells were developed into the male, and one cell was developed into female. So in vitro fertilization, you know, one thing, the science around the infertility has undergone sea change, and today we have having so many techniques like in vitro fertilization, artificial insemination, cloning, surrogacy. You know, surrogacy is not a technique, but it's an arrangement which is loosely included within the umbrella of this ART technique. I think, Rashmi, many people are waiting for this meeting in the waiting room. If you are not able to admit them, don't make me the host. So, I think people will keep on coming. So, okay, they all have been admitted. Fine. Okay, I was saying that in surrogacy, one can see in history also that we had this in vitro fertilization also in the past, in our history also, where Gandhari, she delivered a mole in which this cells were in vitro fertilized, and then they were converted into 100 males and 10, and the one was converted into female. Similarly, we can see that the womb of the Devaki was transferred to the Rohini, the wife of Vasudha. So that was another, you know, example of, you know, taking the womb of another woman. So very similar to the concept of the surrogacy. So in India, this boom of surrogacy was seen in 2004 when the grandmother gave the birth to the twins of her daughter, and it was 2008 when in then the baby Manji case that led to a lot of debate in India, and the Law Commission came up with its 228 report in which it recommended the altruistic surrogacy. And they came up with the draft bill, or ART bill 2008. Now, that was a time when draft bill ART 2008 came, that is Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill. It was not that before that we were not having anything in our hands to regulate the ART clinics. We were having Indian Medical Council Research Guidelines 2005, that is known as ICMR guidelines. And those ICMR guidelines were there, but because those guidelines were not enforceable, so they remained teachless only. So this 2008 draft came, it was waiting, it was replaced by 2010 bill. 10 bill was waiting for the approval. Then what happened in 2012? In 2012, the ministry came up with the notification, and that notification was that only Indian married couple and the foreigner couples, that is heterosexual couples married for at least 2 years, they can go for the surrogacy. There was a 2012 notification. So as per this notification, those who were gay couples, those who were in live-in relationships, single parents, they were not entitled to avail the surrogacy at all. So 2012, it was only foreigners and Indian heterosexuals couples which were allowed. So then by that, after that notification in 2014, another bill got introduced. This ART bill 2010 got replaced by 2014 bill, and when it got replaced, it was pending. Then in 2015, you know, a lot of issues happened. So a lot of it is just because of the controversies which we were facing in the cross-border surrogacy cases, that these steps were being taken from time to time. So in 2015, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, they came up with another notification, and that notification put a prohibition on the import of the embryo for the purpose of surrogacy, except for research. And they this notification, they denied any kind of giving visa to any foreigner for the purpose of availing the commissioning the surrogacy in India. So this was 2015 development. So 2014 bill was already pending, and 2015 notification came, and after that, so the practice of surrogacy just stopped in India. Everything was prohibited. So it was happening only in India only, fine. Then the 2016 surrogacy bill was introduced. Now, in 2016 surrogacy bill, it was allowing this surrogacy only to the Indian couples, heterosexual couples. They never allowed gay couples. They never allowed transgenders. They never allowed single persons. They never allowed those who were in live-in relationship. And why they, this apparently this appears to be the violation of Article 14, Article 21 of the Constitution. You all are knowing that homosexuality case, very famous case, Suresh Kumar Kaushal's case, there is a Navteej Johar case in which the Supreme Court has made it very clear no law can discriminate the persons on the basis of their sexual orientation, and because they are also entitled to equality before law and equal protection of law. So not providing surrogacy to the homosexuals, of course, is a violation of Article 14 of the Constitution, and it's also violative of Article 21, because right to reproduction is a part of Article 21 of the Constitution. So if you have seen the Puttaswamy's latest judgment, in Puttaswamy also the court said right to privacy means right to sexual orientation also. There are a lot of judgments which do recognize this right of reproduction as one of the basic right that is being protected under Article 21 of the Constitution. So not allowing the homosexuals, not allowing the live-in relationship, the couples in live-in relationship, despite of the fact that the Supreme Court in the Veluswamy case has recognized the relationship of those couples in live-in similar to the nature of the couples who are in the till date, whatever drafts bills have come on surrogacy, they have never ever focused on providing the surrogacy to the single, to the relationships. They all seems to be a very clear-cut violation of Article 41 of the Constitution. So this surrogacy bill 2016 came. It was waiting for the approval. It was referred to parliamentary committee, and then the parliamentary committee came up with a lot of recommendations. And in fact, effect was to entirely reverse ending the approval. Meanwhile, 2019 bill was introduced in the parliament, so it was passed by the. So it was introduced before the Rajya Sabha, and this Rajya Sabha, when it was referred to the select committee has made a lot of recommendations in 2019 bill, which has resulted in introduction of 2020 surrogacy bill. Now let me tell you what is there in surrogacy bill 2019 first. Now we need to understand, with certain things that how this 2019 bill works. Now, first thing, what kind of surrogacy is permitted under 2019 bill? It is only going to get the medical expenses, and nothing more than that. She's not going to be compensated for giving her newborn rent. Second thing is, who are entitled to avail surrogacy? Any Indian married couple, and I'm saying heterosexual couple, saying so, because if we look into the definition of male of age, so this Indian married couple, but Indian married couple, those who are married for the last 5 years with proven infertility. later on objections were raised by the standing committee. Why 5 years? What is the sense of providing for the period of 5 years? How can you say that infertility needs to be tested for 5 years when WHO recommends infertility period as 1 year? So these are the later on I will be discussing that. But originally, when you look into the 2019 bill, how it is, who are being allowed under this bill: married Indian couple, heterosexual couple, infertile, married for the last 5 years with the certificate of proven infertility, and they should not be having any child of their own, and through surrogacy or adoption. And but this will not be applicable in case they have some child that is suffering from mental and physical disability, some life-threatening disease. So in that case, they can be allowed. Otherwise, if they are having any child, they will not be allowed to avail this practice of surrogacy. So this is about the who can avail this surrogacy. And now, who can be surrogate mother? If you look at 2019 bill, it's saying only a close relative can be the surrogate mother, and that close relative needs to be married woman having her own child. Now, surrogacy. So this is a surrogate mother needs to be a married woman who's a close relative of those who are trying to avail this surrogacy. Now, what are the other features which are there in this bill? Very important feature is, for the first time, because when I was doing research, there was, in my research, I put forward the suggestion, when this 2016 bill was in the process of making, I sent my recommendations also when it was put in public domain. And my major recommendation was that the parents, there should be a provision of giving parental order to the commissioning parents, because it will solve the issue of the nationality and parentage of the child, which in previous cases we have seen that how, because of because of non-acceptance of the surrogacy practice, because of illegality of surrogacy practice in the country of the commissioning parents, child suffered a lot, and it was the Supreme Court who intervened, and that's how somehow the child was being taken on humanitarian visa, sometimes by requesting CARA to relax their procedures and let the commissioning parents adopt the child. So very important feature is this: for the first time, this bill is introducing the concept of obtaining parental order. After the birth, the commissioning parents will move an application before district magistrate and for the parentage, and then the order will be issued, that is known as parental order. And by this parental order, new birth certificate will be issued to the parents with their names as the parents of the child. So initially it will be a surrogate mother and the father. And most important thing is, surrogate mother in this entire bill, she cannot give her gamete, she cannot donate her egg. So it will be only a gestational surrogacy. She can only be carrying a child for 9 months, but she will not be contributing her egg in the formation of that child. So that's it. This is done just because of avoiding any kind of attachment of the surrogate with the child. This is the reason. There are many reasons behind such things. So there will be surrogacy boards at national level and state level. National level surrogacy board is going to lay down the entire conduct policies to be followed for the purpose of regulating surrogacy. State level, state boards will be there. Those will be implementing the policies laid down by the national boards. Appointing authorities will be appointed within 90 days. अगर आप बिल पढ़ेंगे तो उसमें आप देखेंगे 90 दिन के अंदर appointing authority appoint होगा, and the moment this appointing authority will be appointed, 60 दिन के अंदर जो surrogacy clinics होंगे वो अपने license के लिए they would get registered under this particular bill. So granting of license, rejecting of license, everything is there, is given, the power is given to the appointing authority. So now we need to see what is there in this bill for mother and what is there in this bill for the child. I'll be focusing more on child. But mother के लिए क्या मिलेगा इस surrogacy bill में? What kind of protection is there? Because we have seen a lot of hue and cry whenever we talk about surrogacy. Surrogate mother के exploitation की बात बहुत ज़्यादा आती है. But surrogate child के बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता है. So what is there for surrogate mother? This bill is providing 16 months insurance for the surrogate mother. Surrogate mother has an option of withdrawing before the embryo is actually implanted in her womb, so she can withdraw from the process. She will be mentally and psychologically, she will be given some kind of counseling, so to know the effects, to know the what kind of procedure she has to undergo. So surrogate mother, this insurance basically is the protection that is being given. So, and when what is there for surrogate child? Now, there are a lot of things for the surrogate child, but not sufficient. Now, what is there? Surrogate child will be treated as a biological child of the commissioning parents, and just like any natural child, the surrogate child will also be having the rights which any other natural child can have. First thing. Second thing, in this bill, abandonment of surrogate child on the basis of birth defect, on the basis of genetic defect, on the basis of sex, that has been completely prohibited. इससे पहले जब हमने ART bills की हम बात कर रहे थे, उसमें बिल्कुल भी कोई ऐसा provision नहीं था, and there were a lot of cases which were seen in India and countries abroad that the children were being left on the ground of their defect in birth, their genetic defect. So, and sometimes, what is happening, sometimes what can happen is in surrogacy clinic, there might be a change of the gametes also while, making the surrogate mother impregnated. So in order to avoid that situation, what is there in this new bill? This new bill provides for mandatory pre-testing of the gametes before they are the embryo, before that is being planted in the womb of the surrogate mother. So this is basically going to avoid any kind of genetic defect, any kind of birth defect, and any kind of possibility of wrong gametes to be introduced in the womb of the surrogate mother. So any kind of abandonment, any kind of exploitation, any kind of trafficking of the surrogate child is totally prohibited under this act. And if under this bill, if anybody does it, is going to be punished with an imprisonment of 10 years and also a fine up to 10 lakhs. So these are there for the protection of the surrogate child, that how he will be given some rights. And because I was saying majorly, what was happening was, the major issue was about the parentage and nationality, which has been solved by the providing parental order under this bill. Another issue was abandonment of the child on the ground. If the divorce is taking place, if a child is having birth defect, that is also being taken care of. Fine. And the surrogate child has been given the all rights as any other natural child can have. Now, but these are the protections which have been granted to surrogate child. Now, with this, the bill was introduced in Rajya Sabha. Now, it was being referred to the parliamentary committee. When it was referred to select committee made a lot of recommendations, and they said there are many things which needs to be changed. Now, what were those recommendations? The committee said that they don't see anything interesting why the married couples need to be married for 5 years, and why this period of 5 years is there. The women can be there with the non-functional uterus, absent of uterus can be there. So what is the logic for making the couple wait for 5 years? So let's undone with this requirement of 5 years. So they said that WHO recommends 1 year period to consider for infertility, but when they came up with 2020 bill, they simply said any Indian married couple with the infertility or ability, not having no ability to conceive, can go for the practice of surrogacy. So still heterosexual couples are being allowed, homosexuals, transgenders. नालसा में Supreme Court ने बोला है, recognizing transgenders as a third gender. The Supreme Court has said that the law should be such that they should also be taken into consideration. Interest should be taken into consideration, but and they are entitled to the equal rights whether it comes to succession, adoption, anything. But still, the law related to surrogacy is not accommodating the transgenders also. So only heterosexual couples. But this select committee recommended that the persons of Indian origins who are staying outside abroad, they should also be allowed to avail surrogacy. So what does it mean? It means foreigners are not allowed. Foreigner couple is not allowed. Even if it is a heterosexual couple, it will not be allowed. But only persons of Indian origin can avail surrogacy. Avail surrogacy. Second thing. Now, what this major recommendation was, they said, what is this close relative? If somebody is not able to get the close relative, that means they will not be able to have the surrogacy. So let it be any willing woman who wants to avail the surrogacy, and she should be allowed. But the same requirements, she needs to be married between 25 to 35 years of age, and she must be having the child of her own. Now, one more thing here I want to tell you, that this committee recommended that in addition to OCIs, that the persons, or I can say PIOs, that the persons of Indian origin, the widows and divorcee women were also being allowed to avail this surrogacy if they are between the age of 35 to 45. So heterosexual couples, divorcee and widow women can also avail surrogacy, and persons of Indian origin can avail surrogacy. And the 2020 bill, I'm talking about the recommendations that have been proposed by 2020 bill. Fine. Now, another thing, this 2020 this bill recommended was that insurance cover for the mother, which was just 16 months, they said let's enhance it to 36 months. So no, don't make it 16 months, let it be 36 months in order to cover more post delivery kind of treatments. And one thing, because I said it's an altruistic surrogacy which we are allowing, but it was recommended by the select committee that in addition to these medical expenses, she should also be given some prescribed expenses. What is prescribed expenses? It means maternity wear, it means nutritional treatments, nutritional foods, expenses on nutritional foods to be covered under these prescribed expenses. So they have widened, medical expenses plus prescribed expenses to be given to a woman who is undergoing for an altruistic surrogacy. So with these changes, the 2020 bill was introduced, but at the same time, it was also realized there's a need to pass ART bill along with it and make amendments in the MTP Act also. This is medical termination bill for enhancing the period of abortion from 20 to 24 weeks, and ART bills for regulating the entire surrogacy procedure. Now we need to see what is left. These are the child. They did not come up with anything related to the child's protection. So what kind of child protection I told you was in 2019, it retained in 2020, nothing new was introduced. So he's a biological child. He cannot be abandoned. Trafficking is prohibited. These are the protection. Now what is missing? There are a lot of things which are missing. First thing, every child is entitled to the mother's milk, which is considered to be a best milk. The bill doesn't talk anything about creation of the human milk banks. There's an Akansha clinic in Anand, Gujarat, is considered to be a hub for surrogacy. They are having this the human milk banks, fine. So, but the bill doesn't talk about the surrogacy clinics to have the human milk bank. Second thing, what is the major thing? Insurance cover is provided to the mother, but insurance cover is not provided for the surrogate child. They could have gone for this Jeevan Bal Yojana. There are so many insurance policies which are there. So surrogate child is also entitled to such kind of policies. What will happen in case the commissioning parents die? Or, there is no such provision. The bill is talking about the death of the surrogate mother, but the bill is not talking about the event in this commissioning parents die. So what will happen to that child? So there should be some insurance covered for the surrogate child, for any person who's taking care of that surrogate child. Then, another thing, surrogate mothers, her own child is not being provided any kind of protection. And, the bill says she needs to be married. She needs to be having a child of her own. But when we are saying she needs to be having child of her own, we have seen that the surrogates mothers are required to stay at one place to deliver the baby, so that they can deliver a baby under the supervision. So we take them out of their family. So in case you are saying she must be married, she must be having a child, who will look after her child? Maybe she's having the family set up to look after her child, but what happened in those cases where she doesn't have the family to look after her child? Then Have you provided for any crutch facility in the bill? No, there is no facility of crutch. The lawmakers are not trying to understand if the child of the surrogate mother will be around her in case if there's nobody to take care of her child. She will be more happy. She will be psychologically more contented. And, with these conditions, she'll give birth to a child. But you are not taking care of the surrogate child. In fact, you are not taking the care of surrogate's mother's own living child who's undergoing this process. So no such protection is there. So another thing, so no human bank milk, no insurance policy, no protection to the surrogate's mother's own child is there under this bill. And most important is that I said this bill is not talking about the death of the commissioning parents. It's not talking about appointing of the local guardian. आप OCIs को allow कर रहे हैं कि वो India आकर they can go for this practice of surrogacy. But till the time, if they are not in India, so till the time there must be some local guardian must be appointed to take the custody of the child. And it will also be helpful in the situation where some unexpected event happens in case they die. So in that case, the guardian will be asked whether he wants to keep the child or whether he wants to give the child in adoption. So meanwhile, we should not deprive the child of his right to be cared and right to be protected. So there should be a provision of appointment of the local guardian also. And most important, I don't know how many of you are aware, there is a Child Rights Act. There is a Protection of Child Right. There is a act called the Protection of Child Rights Act, where commissions have been appointed. There are child commissions under this Protection of Rights Act, Child Rights Act. 2005 enactment is there. They have not roved in the role of child commissions. Unfortunately, when I was doing my PhD, I recommended that national commissions, state commissions should also be roved in the surrogacy bills, because the most vulnerable party is a surrogate child. अगर आप OCI को allow कर रहे हैं कि वो यहाँ से surrogacy avail करे, so what you are doing to ensure that once the child is taken to the country, he will not be abandoned, he will not be exploited? What remedies are you taking? So it is very much essential that the role of state commissions must be involved. Surrogacy clinics can hand over the data to them. They can at least do the follow-up with the embassy of the country where the child is taken, at least for 3 years, just for 3 years basic, to know the well-being of the child. So this will ensure that the child is not abandoned, child is not exploited once the child is being taken to the outside the India. And this way we can allow the foreigner couples also, fine. So we need to have a proper safeguards. We can call for a study report, we can assess their economic, social conditions, we can see the legal status of surrogacy in their countries, and easily we can allow the foreigner also to avail surrogacy. It doesn't make me any sense why only Indian couples staying abroad can go for the surrogacy, but not any other foreign couples. We can allow this inter-country surrogacy arrangement also, but we need to have a very well drafted legislation. So internationally also the efforts are being taken. Internationally also, International Convention of Surrogacy is in the process, and the Hague Conference, many countries have been asked to submit their reports, and they are in the process of coming up with the unilateral convention on surrogacy with the uniform rules of the agreements, uniform kind of protection to the surrogate mother, surrogate child, and the countries who will become party to this international convention. It will resolve the problem of parentage, nationality, all basic denials of basic rights of the child. So these are the protections which are still not covered under the Surrogacy Bill 2020, despite of many recommendations made by the Select Committee. But unfortunately, nobody is focusing much on this child rights, fine. So there is a need to look into the rights of the child more, because the child is the most vulnerable party, and we need to ensure that his interests and rights should be protected. Fine. So I hope, though we are running short of the time, it's just 2 minutes showing. So this is all about the Surrogacy Bill 2019-20, how to what extent they are covering the rights of the surrogate child.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you. Any question anybody wants?
Participants, if you want to ask questions to ma'am, you can send through the chat box. And if we won't be able to answer you here, we'll try to get your answers through mails. Or you can also connect with ma'am through the email.
Rashmi, you can take their questions and you can forward their questions, and definitely I would love to answer them. Fine. So still I'm left with 1 minute. I'm just looking at the questions in case I can answer. Definitely, complete blanket ban will let surrogacy to black market. Definitely, it will lead to fine. There's no need to make it altruistic. They're not understanding. The economic situation of the country should be taken into consideration. It can be a very good source of livelihood. जब prostitution allow हो सकता है बाहर की countries में, तो surrogacy क्यों नहीं हो सकता? The only need is to have a proper kind of regulation, and otherwise this entire practice of surrogacy will go underground. Fine. So it's better to have a stringent law in it rather than making it an underground practice. I could see. See the couples who